What's going on, y'all? Today we have a very special thing to show you, and before we do that, I want to thank you for checking into my channel, Surround's Garage. We appreciate it. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. So let me show you what we got going on. We are fortunate enough to have this Limitless Auto Fab front bash bar for our 350Z. You can see the old one. That's the one I fabbed up to get me through the season. It's not the best. It's just a straight 60-inch bar that I did some pie cuts. This one, however, is amazing. As you can see, it's not very heavy. I mean, pick it up with one hand. It's really not that heavy, maybe like 30 pounds. It's not bad. It comes with the hardware. So let me cut it open. I'll show you what it looks like. All right, got my little box cutter. Let's see. Oh man, they get good wrapping. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty good wrap. I mean, it's thick. It's not a super fresh blade, but let me go ahead and cut the rest off and show you what's in it. Okay, guys. Wow, that comparison is unreal. Look at the two. First off, the bends here, it's got a straight bend and it goes to another bend, versus mine's just a straight bar with one giant bend. Another major difference is this has a cutout for that plastic tab that goes there. See, I had to break mine off to fit that. This, you don't have to do that. Wow, look at those welds. Look at those welds. Absolutely perfection. Those cuts, everything. Wow, and look, you can see they sanded it up, they cleaned it up, they made it look really nice for me. I almost don't want to paint it, but I know it's going to rust if I don't. They even put these rubber caps on to, I guess, protect it in shipping. I mean, oh my goodness, it's amazing. I'm like a little kid right now. I got my 2 stickers they sent me, plus their own bag of hardware. It's not just a plastic Ziploc bag, it's Limitless Auto Fab brand. I mean, it's amazing. This is not what you see normally every day on a bash bar. This is so fancy. For this old school Z, this bash bar is going to be insane. And it fits the stock bumper. So if you don't want this showing, you want to protect your radiator, your power steering, fins, horns, reservoir, whatever, you can still put your plastic cover over and protect it. Or you can just run it like this and just be a complete badass. You can see right there, their little logo. Just looking sick. Wow. But sadly, I'm gonna have to paint it, so I'm gonna scuff up the areas, get that surface rust off. And when I say surface rust, I literally mean those little areas that, you know, may have happened during shipping, because it looks like any rust they sanded down, which this is metal, guys, bare metal. It's gonna rust no matter what. They can't do anything. It probably came with surface rust getting shipped to them. There's nothing you can do about surface rust on bare metal. I mean, come on. Unless that's why we're going to paint it. You can paint, powder coat, bed line, whatever you want. I'm going to paint. So if it ever gets messed up, I just touch it up. So let's do that. All right, guys. Got all my little, you know, my little tables. Using some 800 grit sandpaper. Just going to give it a nice little touch. And you can see how fast that just knocks off that surface rust. I mean, literally surface rust, like I said. Yeah, I mean, 800 grit, guys, and it's coming right off surface rust. It's not rusted metal, so don't think anything by that. Get some 800 grit, knock it down. And then what I'm going to use to prime it, I'm using this automotive primer sealer. I like this a lot because it bonds really well. Seals off any rust, keeps it from rusting in the future, and just gives you an overall protected finish. And it's just a really good base to lay down to protect your bare metal. I mean, this stuff's just really nice, and you don't want it to go bad. I mean, even though the price on these is really affordable, you still don't want it to go bad. So I'm gonna finish knocking this down, get it ready for primer. I'm sure you don't want to watch me sand and primer, so I'm just gonna hit it real quick and show you what it looks like. All right, and just like that, guys, I got my first coat of primer sealer on. I always start with the back side because once you flip it over to paint the other side, just in case it gets any scuffs or anything, it's on the back side. If you start on the front side, then flip it over and do the rear, the front side's gonna get messed up. So I always do the back side first. You know, if you can avoid that a lot of the time by letting it do the proper drying procedures and by taking the proper care, put a microfiber towel down, something. Now, if you do get a scratch, that's fine. 800 grit, wet sand, of course. Whenever you're doing anything like this, you gotta wet sand. If not, it's gonna clog the sandpaper up and mess up your paint job. So that's this, you know, just a plain flat gray primer, looking pretty good and protected. So I'm gonna let it dry and come back and hit the other side and get it ready for a fancy paint job that I'm gonna show y'all. You know, you may be looking at this and thinking, wow, he just painted it gloss black. What a boring color. But just wait till you see what I do next. This next change is gonna blow your mind. Boring old black, no more. Now it's color shifting. You got your purples. Come over here, it turns blue. So now we got the color shift paint. See, you got that blue right there. You see it? Sparkle like a diamond. Come over here where the sun's not so prominent. And it's purple. See that purple, that glitter right there? Looking so good. Now this is without clear coat. I haven't even clear coated it yet. So this is looking clean. He thought I was just gonna leave it black. Heck no. A bar this nice deserves to pop. Got it popping nice. Check it out. We got the clear coat on. We got that purple. Transition to the blue. Back to purple. Just straight color shifting the whole way through. Look at that. Looks like something that belonged on a lowrider. This thing sparkles. Can't wait. I mean, the sun. We're in a pretty shady place. Just wait till that sun comes out fully. I mean, it's about to set pretty soon. Come tomorrow when I drive this through. Oh man, we're gonna be sparkling like a dang diamond. Look at that. Ooh, he's so clean. I'll put that link in the bio showing y'all what paint I used and what process. I'll give it down in the description exactly what steps I used and what paint I used to get this finished, because it looks clean and it matches. Check this out. It comes pretty close to matching those wheels. These are a lot brighter, but you can see, I mean, it's got the blue and then the purple, just like the bumper, except the bumper's a lot darker. It beats the heck out of that white. So let's do it. Shout out, I'm bleeding my coolant system right now while I'm painting, so whenever I finish the paint step, I come bleed it again. I'm done with this and I go back to finish painting. I'm all done though, it's done bleeding. I just gotta take this out, cap it off, and repressurize it. All right, what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take off my bumper, my bass bar that I built. I got a 1/2 inch impact extension, my cordless 3/8 drive, and I'm just gonna take it off one by one. So let's get to it. All right, one thing I always do with the holes is I tap it. The tap you're gonna use is a 8x125, and the reason I do that is because these holes are a little janky, especially for sitting for years. So you tap it, cleans up the threads, and makes it just so much easier going in. All right, after I tap it, you're gonna take out your Limitless Fab bolts and, you know, just test it, make sure everything goes in smoothly. And this hole's been tapped, so it just spins in pretty nicely by hand all the way to the back. So I mean, it's good. I am gonna put some blue Loctite on this. I don't think it's necessary, but I like to have it, especially if the bumper cover is going to be on, and also because it's a part you don't normally check. You don't normally check these bolts, so a little bit of Loctite goes a long way. So now that we know our bolts fit, which I had no doubt they would, I just wanted to show you. I'm gonna get a helper, help me hold one side and just do the other, because I don't want to scratch my new paint. And we're gonna get to it. I got my little helper here. He was able to hold one side while I held the other and screwed it in. That tells you how light it is. Now you can see it does barely clear the washer reservoir. If it does hit, what you could always do is just trim that little corner right there and it'll be perfectly fine. It does have some adjustments, so I can go to the other side some more, which I probably will once I get all the screws in. It's not tight yet, so let me do that. Thank you, sir, for your help. I appreciate you. All right, as you see, it is fully on. All the bolts are tightened. Every bolt is tightened. And it almost blends in with the black paint at night. Like at nighttime, this is gonna look black. It's gonna be perfect. And it does perfectly fit with the stock washer fluid reservoir. Now, most people delete that. I'm gonna leave it for now. I can always come in and delete it later. You like my little action damage? Well, dude, this is killer. This is all within maybe an hour's worth of work. Maybe 2. Killer. I mean, I'm gonna get some better views tomorrow when the sun's out, and holy smokes, you're gonna be blown away. This thing just looks mean. It looks like one of those zombie apocalypse cars now. It looks like it could totally take on a horde of zombies. Like, this car just looks mean now. Don't mind my spare. This poor little tire blew out on me. Brand new tire blew out, so don't mind that. I'm not just, you know, running in some OEM stock tire for nothing. There's a reason. But holy smokes, that was the easiest install I've ever done. And they do offer a powder coated option in case you don't want to paint. I, of course, you know, I like to do my little customization. This just looks so cool. And if you don't want to run it with your bumper and you're worried about your radiator and stuff, you could always put a little mesh piece, you know, something from Amazon, and just zip tie it to the bars just to protect it. Especially if this is a drift car, you don't have to worry about so much. If this is your daily and you just want a little more protection, you know, that's good too. Put your bumper on, cover it up. No one will ever know that's there until you start pushing things out of the way, and people are gonna be surprised. Hey, you're on bed. This is cool. So as you can see, this is your hood ending, and you still got, see how it sticks out about 2 to 3 inches past the hood. Same with your headlights. Your headlight stops and you still got the bar protecting it. So then that lower bar sticks out just a little bit more than your front bar. So you got all that protection, completely protecting your radiator, your power steering, your headlight, your hood. All your major components are protected by this bar. And this little brace support and everything is just brilliant work. And it's not so low that you're gonna scrape. Like, it's the same height as your radiator core support. So you're not going to scrape, unless you're already scraping on your core support, you're not going to scrape on this bar. I mean, if you're that low and you're scraping, I mean, you got a lot of work to do. And maybe you should consider air ride, but, you know, for me, this is perfect. I don't have any issues, and like I said, I'll give y'all a better view tomorrow. Peace. All right, guys, so it's day 2. The paint's fully dry. I'm just gonna go ahead and show y'all what it looks like in the sunlight. As you can see, I got that nice sunbeam coming right into my face, so you know it's sunny out. And I'm gonna let you see what it looks like. All right, so I'm gonna start on this side. You can see that purple really well. It just pops. I mean, look at that sparkle. See, no doubt that's purple. Let's come over here now. Instant transition. Let me get my shadow out the way. See that blue? So, a perfect color shift. That blue matches the wheels really well, and the purple just stands out. So just an absolute killer look. And that's how it looks in the sunlight. I mean, just gorgeous. Look at all that sparkle, that glitter. I didn't even use a quarter of a can. I mean, this does not take a lot of that color change paint. It really just works really well without any issues. And now, you know, it's dry, it's smooth. You can touch it all day long. No issues. So just a gorgeous. But yeah, I mean, that's all it takes to install your front bass bar for your 350Z Z33 from Limitless Auto Fab. I mean, these guys absolutely killed it. If you want to get the same thing, go ahead and use Limitless 10. Get 10% off your order. And it's just well worth it. As you can see, this bar just goes above and beyond, just covers so much. And you know, go crazy with the paint, powder, whatever you want to do. Make it look cool, because this is literally the very first thing people see when they look at your car. They always go to the front. So, you know, just make it look nice, make it stand out. And thanks again for watching my video, and I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day.